introduce the man of the hour. This is young Adam here.
Pants are falling down.
To hopefully keep his pants on and
Hey!
some poetry of his for us. And this is his book launch tonight, so yeah, later on we all get a chance to get our hands on a copy of his new book. So here's Adam.
Thanks, Hayes. Thanks, brother. All right. Thank you for coming, everyone. Am I ready for you guys or what? I haven't eaten in 3 days, so I'm looking hot as shit. I refuse to sleep on road trips. In case the car goes rogue, whilst there's time to pull the handle and throw myself to safety. I'll play the percentages. Though keeping alive means getting old and laying friends to rest, Even though keeping alive means further scars along the spirit flesh of the heart. But it's what we do, isn't it? It's what we do. We take the blows for spaces between the blows, lending chances to laugh with mates, to kiss a lover, to read a quote or two. Not much else. It's bittersweet, really, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Delight at junctures in every breath walks the gallows. But hangmen take their sickies. It's bittersweet, but we carry on for just such guarantees. It's worth it though. I don't even really know why, but it is. It just is. All right, thank you for coming. So, this is a book launch, and it's also a poetry show, so I'm going to perform some poems for you. Hey, thanks, man. I'll try to do that without looking like a wanker, which is that's always the risk with poetry, But we'll do our best, you know what I'm saying? All right, that's it, yeah. So this next one is a celebration of share house living, which I've been doing for a while now. Just hit 22, so it's just been a couple of years, but it's just starting out, housemate Johnny's here tonight. Thanks for coming. And in particular, it's about one share house I lived in a few years ago. The chicken fence allowed the chickens a castle away from that dog that lived for the hunt and our love for its wild, wild heart. Oh, that wild heart. The frame of a door was chewed upon one night, by this busy rat. This tiny goal at 1 a.m. This high-vis spirit pounding away. It was tearing down the house and blowing up the night with those tiny teeth. So we set the dog on the job. And that little carpenter didn't last the night. The chickens none the wiser, sleeping through that hunt. Life. So much life. It was 2 homes side by side and 7 housemates and rats, chickens, dogs. And the huntsman upon my arrival. This watchman inspecting a tenant moving in. A lightning flash on the ceiling is what it was. That went spiralling down the wall and falling in panic. And there goes another one. I try not to kill the smaller things these days though, you know. You just get older. You know, 2 years on, I drove a mouse-eyed trap to the other side of town and I set free its little soul. You just get older. You just get older and you feel less sorry for yourself, but more for who you used to be and more for mice. And spiders. And even the dog with a rat in its mouth, you know, because it's complicated, I guess. So much life. Many houses. And many miles between. Many lives between. That chicken fence is there to this day. I heard the place got pretty messy once we left. What remains? What remains? There's always something, right? And when you return, you say, look, dude, that shovel hasn't even moved, or shit, no one's touched that tarp. We never touched that tarp. Maybe the trees you planted shot up, and the ghosts of the huntsman and rat, plus the rays of the living, they gather there under protection of things that remained by the place where the chickens had little lives and a little fence for their little castle. That was by our little castle. All right. If you stay the whole time, I'll take it all off, but... All right. Big round of applause for Grace. Grace Linehunter. My pants have fallen down. I wore the wrong belt. I was joking before, but I'm not sure now. But yeah, nah, they'll be alright. I met the Mormons this evening. As they walked the pavement, and I love them. I actually love them. They appeared as modernity's baby teeth, you know, but those that refused to drop, that held to the gums to prevent the poison from seeping in completely. I met the Mormons on their 2-year mission, and I was grateful for their suits, ties, and predictability as they waved us into eternity. Come on, the devil prepping himself for those ignoring the call. Because hey, if the Mormons are wrong, it's only about the devil's schedule. Because hell has been throwing a party this whole time. You know? Tedium, conflict, that's hell. Many of us despising our lives yet fearing a change. That's the devil. And all the while, on these bland secular streets, the colour of purgatory, Mr. and Mr. Mormon marching on. A couple of kids adventuring for God, awaiting the end of the world. Fuck yeah. I love them. They may perhaps be weak with the facts, but hey, the lads, for a time at least, are living. These Mormon boys, they're onto something. Something bigger than facts. Something bigger than even life itself. So I want to talk to you guys about more. No, I'm just joking. All right. That final hug. You again. That final hug. We just returned. Your daughter at the door already. Excited for lunch. I love the word daughter. Daughter. Your daughter at the door already. Excited for lunch. We held each other long enough to know we shared the saving grace. We held each other long enough to know we shared the saving grace. But then we kept the hold that little bit too long. And that was our first goodbye. Wasn't it? Hey? The first goodbye is often only identifiable in retrospect. Like with mates, it's a chat about the things to do the following day. Amongst the dying, it's talking out the life story. And with lovers, it's a hug or kiss that lasts that little bit too long. That lasts that little bit too long. That tries to compensate. It's throwing everything on the flames for the final burn before the piercing, unforgiving break of day. That final hug. We just returned. Your daughter at the door, excited for lunch. And I wonder if she could sense that we were holding on that little bit too long. Thanks, man. All right. Oh, they work. I bought them just recently from Kmart. This show is sponsored by Kmart. No. It's not really. All right. Shh. You can do it. Go on. Yeah. Little sparrow in my heart. It seems as if we soon will part. Yeah. Stay inside for some time more, though your flutters make me sore. Little sparrow, look at you. Chant your tune. It seems as if you're leaving soon. But break my heart just one more day for the girl that's gone away. Go on. Little sparrow, when you leave, taking with you all I grieve, take the ache within my chest, but wait, just wait, before you take the rest. Leave me with the thought of her, long enough to feel it stir. Little sparrow, then you may take it all and fly away. Thanks, guys. So like last time, there's really nothing. Well, there's stuff written on here, but I don't really refer to it. It's just a way in which to transfer to the next poem. Because otherwise, I've just noticed, like, you end a poem and you're like, and you look like a wanker, right? So I divert. Any questions so far? As I smoke a cigarette atop a St. Petersburg roof in summer, how the fuck did I get here? Are you with me? Are you there? As I smoke a cigarette atop a St. Petersburg roof in summer. Tonight's best friends are beside me. Our rucksacks, our backpacks, our travel gear, sharing a room a few streets down. Are you with me? Are you there? Cathedral stretch towards a sunset that just can't get itself to pierce the day. Can you see it? Where the fuck are we? But just now, at this very moment, my chest begins to ache, you know? It's old news. The doctor back in Adelaide said it's nothing, said it's just a chronic strain and not a sick heart. But I don't know. Sometimes the gut knows more than the doc. Like, I know too that my grandmother's sick heart took her before she had the chance to feel my own beat. Yet, whether or not I really am dying sooner than I'd like, or, yeah, the body is simply reminding me, right, that either way, hey, I'm dying one day. It's not a heartbreaking kind of thing. Like, more than anything, it's just a reminder, you know? It's just a reminder to live whilst alive as I chance these cigarettes, of all things, atop a Petersburg roof with tonight's best friends beside me. Thank you. Right. Another round of applause for Brian and the Broadcast Bar. Thank you for having us. Thank you for all the support you've given to poetry, these poetry events this year as well. Nights like tonight are just as much about the venues, celebrating the venues, as they are about everything else. So, this next one's another travel one. Harks back to when I was, whatever. All right. Guys. Roll on wetlands. Roll on Burke and Wills. You were up here once too. Roll on sunsets over oceans. My first since Adelaide. Home. Is it home? Yeah, it's home. Fuck, I planned on heading south, but the road is always westward. The Mormons knew it. The Cowboys knew it. Christopher McCandless, Alexander Supertramp, he knew it. He died, didn't he? But don't we all? Don't we all? In many ways, we live forever. So throw a dart to the right of Catherine and the left of Cooktown, aiming low. There's the town of Corumba. And sunset over ocean. And miles from Ravenshoe and miles from Adelaide. And minutes to spare between the setting up of camp and the jog to the point. Where am I? Are you there? Are you with me? Until tomorrow, Helios. Sinking beneath the sea at Henley Beach and the Gulf of Carpentaria all at once, give or take. Opposite ends of Australia and opposite ends of my life, together for a few exquisite moments. For a few exquisite moments. For a few exquisite moments. All right. I wish I could sing. All right. Now and then you just get lucky, you know. Beside that ocean, under that sun, I swung in a hammock. It was my little protest to rains and bugs to come. It was my little win. And yeah, I thought of you. Back to doing that again, but I did. I thought of you, of us. And that little win that we had when between those insects, between the lions eating baby antelope alive, you know, between the human wars, between sore backs and sleepless nights and jobs and bills and cancers and death and petrol prices, between the loneliness of how it was before we met and, yeah, how it's now. Between all of that, those moments in time we searched each other's eyes and we found the thing, our hammock, our protest to rains and stings to come, our feather in the wind, our feather in the wind that was doomed to be undone, but is still afloat somewhere in the mercy of history and memory. Thanks, guys. All right. That window was shaking before. And I thought, wow, that's very ghostly. I liked it. So thanks for doing that, Phil. Phil Daughtry, everyone. Dr. Phil Daughtry. Woo! Sorry, yeah. All right. So a boy called Brad, who was my first mate in high school. 25 years ago. We were inseparable. It was year one of our teens. We had each other. The world was going on summer. At the start of the following year, hear me out, a boy the kids called Ruddy, this fat little fuck, claimed to my face that Brad and I were bum buds. Like, it was the turn of the century, it was an all-boys school. And for Ruddy the ass to claim that Brad and I were lovers was trauma I couldn't process, and never did. Instead, well, I spent the year ignoring Brad. I treated Brad like shit, like we'd never been a pair. And he didn't understand. We were young. He didn't understand, and neither did I, in truth. I don't know. Maybe this was the crucial episode of my life. The subsequent 20 years with their porn addiction, obsessive compulsions, and constant cheating. Hey? Might be credited to the way I handled Ruddy and Brad. I don't know. Brad was a great friend. But life is like death. You can't go back on it. I hope he's doing all right. I mean, I hope that Ruddy is too. Because we're all the wounds of an innocence that never keeps its feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, the great horror is innocence dies before the flesh departs. So, here's to Ruddy. Here's to Ruddy, the thorn of my life, maybe. Here's to me, though I didn't have the guts to pull that thorn out. And here's to Brad, my best mate in year 8. We'd be close to halfway through our lives. Where are you, Braddy? Perhaps going forward, the pain will be smothered now that the innocence is too. All right, back on the road, stepping in and hitching on the wheels of savings. Now in a hostel in Cairns. Where the fuck am I? Well, I'm 35 this year. 35. Does that mean something? I mean, it sounds like it should in a hostel in Cairns. So, over dinner, been beneath gazebos, beside dorms. I want to tell this couple not to do it. Perhaps, I don't know, perhaps return to Scotland, kids. Get some land in a sleepy town, give us stacks of babies and feel the warmth of it all. You know, the dog at your feet, the child in your arms, the love in your bed. Oh, fuck it, return. You really want to break each other down out here? Think of the honey, the toast, the morning porch you built with your mate. Don't be charmed by the road, the first temptation of many. Go back. Do I even believe that though? Do I even believe that though? Do I? It's too late anyhow. We're here. Adults of the adolescence. Was it worth it in the end? Maybe. Maybe not. It's too late anyhow. I'm 35 in a hostel in Cairns. Life's canyon has roared with torrents, cascades, so much song, so much noise. Coming up to 15 years. Wow. For now it's emptied out. Trickles down escarpments here and there. Thunder far away. A hostel in Cairns. A hostel in Cairns. That's it. I stare at the ceiling before the lights go out and I think of the Scottish couple. And I hope they make it. I hope they make it. Thanks, Keith. Keegan, everyone. Keegan Bryce. Woo! Keep that applause going for the candles, everyone. It's the only reason I do this, is so I can get people to applaud for candles. Thank you so much for humouring me. It seems our bodies are fixed in the present, whilst our souls dream of the future, and our hearts float in the past. That's right, I don't have to, but thanks. All right, let's go west again. I forge a path along the sandstone void. I'm out. I forge a path along the sandstone void and I'm bound for Eagle Gorge this time. I'm hidden from the would-be scowls of the ranger, you know, hidden from the office matriarch that tucks us into suffocation, claiming that little space that's still left. One misstep means a savage end, and yet I'm drawn in. I'm drawn into those cliffs and that cliff face. I'm drawn in like asteroids hurtling by mad pools to mad fates. Because fuck it, I want that sea to have me, right? Like really, to take me under its murderous rage, to break my neck against the beasts of its underworld. You know? But not for want of death. No, like instead, like for want of life. Which in turn draws me back from that gorgeous brutality. Oh my God. In 1629, long before the arrivals out east, way out here, out west, a couple of mutineers stood marooned. They were the original Europeans to Australia, out of horror though, out of horror, not choice. They were the doomed men of the Batavia shipwreck. Hello, Holland. And centuries on, I'm trying to work it out. Centuries on, I watched that sea, it's that sea barrel into land with such wild, brutal, ancient viciousness that I sense It itself lays down its history. It itself lays down its history, not us, and does it without mercy and without one hint of compromise. I'm out west. I'm out again. I had a cider last time, I think. It just felt cooler than a glass of water. It's good though. It's good. There's a love out there. Yeah. There's a love out there beyond imaginings. A love that might be madness, like it's in the way. It's in how her sleeves stop to reveal her skin. How her text to wild birds landing in your hand. It's the tender way in which she holds a piece of fruit. And how she's sort of clumsy and how that makes you hot. Yeah. It's in how your lust is mixed with worship, It's in how your lust is mixed with worship. It's the face that she prepares at dawn with her magic little tools. Yeah. It's in how the line she draws for others is the line that you're asked to cross. It's in how the blueprint burns away. It's in how mind with mind or loin with loin, you can't get deep enough. In how you'd cut each other's wrists, right? To merge them at the wounds, to feel it all completely, to try to feel it all completely. It's in how the wicked little secret is shared with her. Is it a wicked secret? Maybe. Is it a secret? Not really. There's a love out there beyond imaginings that's rebirth, rare, and yeah, one I'll die alone for if that's how long it takes. But there is a love out there, a howl that calls the dawn, a resonance, an invitation somewhere in the wilderness. Sorry. I'll do it again for you. I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that. I'll do a little private concert for you. But thank you. I appreciate that, Esther.
Not really.
When I turned to God as a little kid, I clasped my hands and I made a bid to tell of everything I might. And I got it out as quick as light. But then when Mum and Dad would ask down which road my life had passed or how I felt about tomorrow, hardly had I chanced to sorrow, when out would fly advice and order and worrisome parental fodder, I sensed they truly loved and cared, but they talked too much. And they weren't aware of how the God I prayed to listened. So modest was this God's volition. In fact, it almost seems absurd, but God, I think, said not one word. And yet I felt so understood. God was chill, and if I could, God would let me talk all night, but generally I kept it tight. Go find a place where you can pray to those who've newly passed away. The same holds true. and to no end. They listen more than any friend. Perhaps then it was God who said that God's not here, that God is dead. Thanks, man. I've never had a poem called Tight before. Thank you so much. I don't feel like I need a beer on stage anymore. That's tight. Thanks, man. Thank you. All right. Let's pray. Oh God, why do we build houses and have children? So our children build houses and have children? It ain't such a bad reason. But one thing's for certain, we've no clue what we're doing. Amen. Let us look in one another's eyes, because we're all fucked. Let us look in one another's eyes with an understanding that all of us were violently held into this world whilst lacking compass or sense, right? The gruesome mass of history and culture bearing down upon us as we gasped for breath. We might as consequence fall in love, you know, that's what I reckon. Because we're all fucked. I mean, love doesn't come from a light place, but from recognition of the common desperation into which no one asked to be born and all are trying to deal with. True love is painful, is dark, it thrives by night, between naked bodies, by campfires. Try to look in another's eyes to recall that although, it's the open heart that connects us all, it's the broken heart that makes us human. And that's okay. That's more than okay. Try it, God, the universe, whatever tells us. Try crying for others or crying with them. It's the start of love, the start of love, the start of our redemption. The eternal she. She hung in the arms of the night. Ah, yeah. She hung in the arms of the night as my envy approached. But man, the night was an envy too. I mean, there's always that envy surrounding a beautiful woman. Yeah. The lights of the streets like lamps in the corners of arenas, almost irrelevant. But she, the eternal she the archetype, Eve the first, Khadija, the mother of believers, and Cleopatra, the final note in the song of man. Woman, the parallel, the earth, the intuition. Man, the perpendicular, the sun, the abstract. Woman, the spirit hiding in the flesh, and man, the spirit hiding in the coveting. But whatever, come, she implied, in the arms of the night, and the rest, oh man, the rest is prehistory. So how did it happen? Well, Like, I was you, you know, like really. And you were me. And that's the way we wrapped ourselves in love. That's what happened. That's the way we wrapped ourselves in love. Our silken case that hatched a memory flying back to me from time to time, from time to time, from time to time. Yeah. Though love did not survive. Yeah, it didn't die. Nah. It just grew the wings of something else that I need and understand. That I'll try not to understand anymore. It flies to me from time to time to reassure, to let me know that it never died. And then it sails away. It sails away, thanking me, I'm sure, you know, for having let it go. For having let it go. Goodbye, sparrow. Goodbye. Goodbye. All right, this one's for you, Johnny. 3 fledglings in our yard. Because the birds, they know, like they just know. 3 fledglings in our yard, and they're learning to fly, and they're chirping for food, and that's what gets me. They're chirping for food. It breaks my heart. Because I'm obviously too sensitive. But chirp, 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 you know? Chirp, chirp. It shouldn't hurt this much. I mean, it shouldn't hurt at all, and they're being fed, I presume. Perhaps I imagine the abandoned child in fledglings hanging on. That's the language, right? That's the narrative. But I don't know. More likely it's something else. Something deeper than pop psychology. You know, like, chirp, chirp. It's something to do with the beauty and horror of absolutely everything. Too much for words alone, beyond. Chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp. All right. Thank you again for coming, everyone. Could we give one more round of applause to Grace and to Brian as well? Brian at the broadcast bar. Thank you heaps. This is the Lana Del Rey one, by the way. But anyway, this is the Lana. Yeah, sweet. Thanks, brother. So this is a book launch. So my new book of poetry is called A Book of Prayers. So I'll have that on sale for $15 after I get off on stage. Get off stage. If you get off on stage. Oh, that's terrible. I just said that. Sorry. That's really bad. If you're interested, but now whatever I say just turns out terrible. And I'll also have my my other 2 books of poetry as well on sale if you're interested. So. And Grace has got some merch as well. If you would like a lounge room show for you and your friends, let me know. I'd love to do one for you. This is the last poem. You're invited to hang out, to be merry, to listen to some music, which is pretty much what my last poem is about. So, Brian will chuck something on lightly in the background. And we'll bring it home. All right. Arrive, music. Come the songs, come the dance of sound. Arrive, music. Come light the flame of nostalgia. Come cut the logic to pieces. Music, the giggle of the soul. You travel on the somersaults of children. the giggle of the soul. You travel on the somersaults of children. You're delicate like the blinking eye, and you come in chorus and you come in verse. Arrive, music. Come join the dots within the spaces that I forget. Come spill the colours out the lines. Arrive, music. Come show me how the universe appeared at birth. Come show me how it cried and how it held the thumb of God, how it held the thumb of God. Arrive, music. Come out from where you rest in the water lapping up beside a raft, in the meeting of bracelets on a wrist. Do you pause in the corners of our lives to pity us, music? Because do you know what? You grant us mercy when you arrive, music, and you wake us into dream. Thanks so much for coming out, guys. Have a beautiful night. Life is beautiful. I'll see you out there. Thank you heaps. Thank you. That's all right. That's all right. But thank you. I appreciate that.
Great.
Thanks, guys, for coming out.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for coming out. That's awesome. Thank you.